Welcome back to the channel Plooper Troops. I'm your host Dylan, and today I wanted to do a first impression video about the new Granblue Fantasy Relink demo that was released a few days ago. This game will be my first dip into the series, as I am unfamiliar with both the mobile game or the versus fighting games that came out a few years ago. I happened upon this game through watching my usual content involving video game releases to look out for, more specifically RPGs releasing in 2024. And from first sight, I thought that the art style of Relink was beautiful, from the unique and interesting fantasy character designs to the flashy anime-like combat animations. There was a lot here visually in the first trailer that really just drew me in. When I saw that a demo had recently dropped, I went ahead and downloaded it on my PS5 to give it a go, and I thought I would share my thoughts about that with you guys today. I'm also going to be sharing some information that I found from researching a little bit about this game, but for the most part, this is just going to cover my thoughts after playing the demo. I do implore you to go and watch videos by Backlog Battle and Havian, who have made much more in-depth videos if you want to know more about this title. Their deep dive videos cover a ton of ground and all the things that have been announced by the developers, like gameplay features, and I think that if you really are interested in this game, they have a ton of info and a ton of really good content up about this game. You can find those links in the description below. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like this video and subscribe, as these are the best ways to support my channel. Are you going to pick up Granblue Fantasy Relink? What are your thoughts if you've played the demo? Let me know in the comments below, and without further delay, let's talk about my first impressions after playing the playable demo for Granblue Fantasy Relink. Granblue Fantasy Relink is an action RPG developed by Games and will be released on February 1st, 2024 for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC. This game marks the fourth release in the Granblue Fantasy franchise and is the first action RPG title in the series. The first game, just called Granblue Fantasy, is a mobile gacha turn-based RPG game that found a great deal of success with players, especially in Japan, and made enough money and status to warrant both an anime and two different fighting games on home consoles. Granblue Fantasy Relink was announced in 2016 and was originally being worked on by both Games and the legendary Platinum Games, though this partnership would eventually dissolve and Platinum Games' name would be removed from this information about this game in 2019. Relink's story is set in the Sky Realm, a world made up of floating islands, some of which are guarded by titans known as primal beasts. In Relink, players will take on the role as the captain of a diverse and unique band of Skyfarers who set out to solve the mystery of a secret organization at play and battle to save the realm as they know it. The game will feature a single-player campaign that the developers estimate will take around 20 to 30 hours to complete, and a quest mode, such as the one found in Monster Hunter, that allows players to team up in a 4-player co-op to take on quests and hunts together. The quests can also be taken on alone with a party of 3 AI companions, which means that this game can be played entirely offline. The demo for Relink features 3 different playable sections, which include a tutorial, a story mission, and 3 of the quests in the quest mode. The tutorial was pretty quick and covered a lot of ground, which I found to be a good introduction into the systems of the game that didn't really overstay its welcome. The story section allows players to play through a brief mission in the story in which the party sets out to save villagers being hunted by agitated and murderous goblins. The map that you get to explore in the demo is really pretty to look at. I mean, this art style is just really beautiful in general, and I'm a sucker for anime aesthetics, but even more so for fantasy settings. Seeing the beautiful blue of the expansive sky as the backdrop to the lush green of the islands that you travel upon was such an eye-catching pairing of colors, and I honestly wish I would have stopped to explore a bit more in my playthrough. The character and enemy designs were also full of color and splashes of personality, and the quality of design choices is just everywhere to be found in this demo. The story mission takes about 20 minutes to complete and is a good glimpse of what the story quest in this title will likely look like in terms of structure, exploration, and goals. The quest mode offers 3 different quests, the first of which is a Goblin Wave Brawl, and the other 2 focus on Monster Hunter style fights with one larger and far more formidable foe, and the mobs that they can spawn. I thought that these quests also gave a good taste of what we can expect from that mode, and I thought that including an easier and faster quest like the Goblin Wave Survival mode allowed for easy character testing. That covers a really simplified glimpse of what the demo entails, and I just want to talk a bit more about some things that I noticed while playing the game that I really enjoyed, or things that I've read. The combat in Granblue Fantasy Relink is a real-time action combat system where players can land combos and use character-specific skills to damage enemies, heal party members, and apply buffs and debuffs. Each character also has a unique ultimate-like attack called a Skybound art, which can be used once the corresponding meter is full. There's also a dodging mechanic that allows the party to avoid up to 3 attacks in quick succession, at the cost of being vulnerable for a few seconds after the 3rd dodge in a row. Each of the characters in the game have unique fighting styles, movement speeds, and movesets which allow for a great party building experience. Every character also utilizes a specific element like air or ice, and these can all be utilized to dish out extra damage to foes who are weak to these typings. I did take time to try out every single character in the demo, and I have to say that was a ton of fun. I like that there's a lot of key differences from playstyle to playstyle between the characters, and there are some that are definitely easier to learn than others. The good news is that the combat system feels like it's easy to learn as a whole, but definitely has some depth to it. Button mashing is totally viable for those looking for that ease of access into this title, though there are deeper mechanics like with the massive Rage Fist martial artist, Gondagoza, whose tutorial states that while button mashing can be utilized, well-timed punches offer more damage to the enemy. This amount of detail in the combos and skills is found all over the party characters, and it really allows for an easy to learn but hard to master sort of style, which I think will help this game be both accessible and fulfilling for those looking to master a character. Another really awesome addition to the combat system is the many ways in which characters can work together. The Link attack allows players to take advantage of stunned enemies and coordinate an attack with the party. If the Link gauge reaches 100%, Link time is activated and time slows down and gives the party some buffs, also allowing them to dish out some extra damage while the enemies are in time stasis kind of slowness. By far my favorite aspect of the party collaborating and working together is the chain burst attack, which triggers after multiple party members use their skybound art in succession. Hearing the previous character call it to the next party member and hearing their affirmative response was such a cool touch of detail, and the artwork that appears on screen of the different party members' headshots was very reminiscent of the group attacks in the Persona series. My two favorite characters after playing the demo for about 3 or 4 hours has been Yadara, the quick and elusive swordsman whose mastery of the blade allows him to chain together lightning fast combos, and Narmaya, a dedicated swordswoman whose different stances allow her to take on enemies near and far. There's a ton to love about this combat system, and in my time with the demo, I found the combat to be fast, fluid, flashy, and most importantly, fun. The cast of party characters available in the demo seem to be a colorful bunch of diverse folks from all walks of life. The character designs are very well thought out and cover a ton of different personalities that I'm sure will only be built upon as we go through the narrative experience of Relink's story. Another interesting and very cool decision made by the team is that party characters can be unlocked in any order the player sees fit, as the unlock system is based around story progression and receiving an unlock item. This item then allows the player to choose who to unlock next, which I think is a really awesome inclusion and will allow players to get their hands on the character that they are most interested in first. I'm really excited to see more of these characters' interactions and flesh out more of their stories in the game when the full game releases. The quest mode is touted to have over 100 quests to venture forth into with friends, and judging by some of the higher level content that the devs have showed off in trailers or in their recent update streams, the demo has barely even begun to scratch the surface of what this game will have when it launches. Character skill trees will need to be built up, equipment will need to be crafted, and fighting styles will need to be mastered in order to make it through to the end game content. The devs have also announced some post-launch content will be added, one of which includes a boss that looks absolutely crazy, as the footage they showed of said boss was him one-shotting the entire party despite them all being level 100. That's giving some Kingdom Hearts Sephiroth vibes, and I'm here for that. These 3 post-launch content plans feature a drop a month and will extend all the way into April of this year as of now, and extra quests for maxed out characters sounds like a fun way to keep everyone on their toes. Overall, I really enjoyed my time with Granblue Fantasy Relink, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this game when it launches on the first day of next month. From the stellar art style and character designs to the fast and fun combat that offer unique playstyles and layers of depth, this game is shaping up to be a great action RPG, and if you get the chance to try out the demo for yourself, you really should. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know how you felt about the demo in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and take care. Peace.